Welcome to Inmate Diaries, where we help to highlight the thoughts of those behind bars. Because as people, they matter.
Hello again, this is the legendary Liquid, and I'm responding to the podcast about the books. To be honest with you, my favorite book is made by a guy named Webster. You probably heard of it. It's called The Dictionary. It gives me a chance to express a vast, abundance amount of verbal lexicon that I can use for, to stay lyrically inclined. And I know you like that play on words, but as far as like a book that was really in depth, that really, like he put an energy into me, was this book by Anna Toth or Tuther. It's something by that. I can't remember the exact name of the author, but it was called. It was talking about the underground New York and how back in the 80s, during the AIDS epidemic and everything like that, and the gay communities and all the degenerates to the society out there had started a world beneath, under in the underworld. And I heard that it's in other cities, but they lived under there, and they had the little bunkers and caverns where they were down there. They would eat, rumors were they would eat dogs, they would eat rats. I mean, it was extremely grimy, and it was just talking about how like some people would go down there and not make. He even had some pictures, some illustrations in there, showing, and it was like real grim. You already know Gotham City, aka New York, is already a treacherous city. You know what I'm saying, and the capital, pretty much the melting pot of the world. But it was going into. I remember he talked about a story about this guy that they called Diablo, and he had like these crazy bloodshot red eyes, and then you go down there into their world, they'll be sitting around, have the bins on fire, frying up their rat or whatever food they would fry up, and then this guy every now he would call himself kind of like the dungeon master, and he'd appear and say, "Get up out of here! You don't have no place to be here." And like it's so dark down there you can hardly see anything. But their eyes had equipped to the darkness, because if you stay looking in the dark for so long, then your eyes get adjusted to that. And it was just crazy, and people, he'd just disappear off into the shadows. And it even showed a dude who had a home down there, and they eventually put him on some kind of show because he was down there and he was more of the, I guess, upper echelons. He had like a little bunker in the wall. He had about 20 cats. He had a TV, an ironing board, everything. They had teachers down there, underworld for kids, and they pretty much were, they call the people up, what I'm saying, in the normal society, the people on the ups, the uppers, the people on the tops, and it was just about the society. It was the craziest read that I ever seen, because it was just like it put like almost a haunting kind of mystique when I read it. But yeah, New York, and to this day they still got an underground world. So you should read about it. And once I get the real name, I'll hit back and give you that name. But again, 509-204-5896, the legendary Liquid, 509-204-5896. But yeah, like I said, it's beneath the cities in New York. I can't remember his exact name, but it's by Anna Toth, Anatoth.
Yeah, my favorite book is the Bible. My favorite book in the Bible, Proverbs. The author, God.
Hi, this is Josh Kruger. My favorite book is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I read it years ago when I first came into prison, and it changed my life because it changed the way I thought. I used to think that the only way, we could get money and get rich was either be some famous businessman or, be a drug dealer or crime like in the neighborhood I grew up in. But then Think and Grow Rich changed the way I thought, because it told me that my thoughts were controlling everything. So once I started changing my thoughts. I became a different person, and now I'm the author of 8, about to be 10 books on my own. So that book is the one that definitely changed my life, and is my favorite book, because I can't say my own, of course.
Hello, my name is Torrance Black, and my favorite book is Mastery of Fate by C.D. Larson. I read it back around 2001, and the subject matter is about the power of your thoughts and how we become masters of our own fate and destiny. When I read that book, it gave me so much more confidence in myself, and it made me realize the superpower that we all have, that just with our thoughts alone, we can dictate our future. Life is what you make it, becomes a reality. It was a very powerful.
My favorite book. I would have to say that would have to be. That's a good question. I'm not even sure what my favorite book is. I mean, I like a lot of books. I guess I like the Harry Potter series. One specific book. I don't know. I guess I don't have a favorite book, but read is fun. Read is cool. All right, bye.
So, favorite book is this week. So, J.K. Rowling is probably the author of some of my favorite books, and that's the Harry Potter series. Probably the best one in it I like. Maybe book 6 and 7. The Half-Blood Prince and the Deathly Hallows. Those are probably 2 of my most favorite books with J.K. Rowling. Just the way that they take in the series and stuff, and how they take you out of this world and into another world. Another one that I like are all the Star Wars novels that had come out and stuff when George Lucas was doing them. There's a whole bunch of different authors in those, and the Yu Zedong series is probably one of the best series that I've read within the Star Wars series. So those are probably the ones that I like the best, and because I like the fantasy books. So that's my answer for today. So I hope everybody is doing well. And if you haven't read any of those, I encourage all those to read them. And they're family-friendly books. If you're looking for something out of the ordinary, I also have written a book. And so I like my book called The Mormon 10, and how it is family-orientated and faith-based. So that's where I'm at today. Thank you very much.
Hey,
Bye.
this is Robert Mejia. There's so many books I do like, but in particular, I like The Maze Runner by James Dasher. It's an interesting adventure and story, the plot and characters, the setting, and the movie was really cool. All the movies were cool, and I also liked Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. He really touches on how to sell and how to really be effective and successful in life, and communication, and so there's so much we can learn from books, and I've read them all recently, and I just look forward to reading some more books pretty soon as well.
My favorite book was by Stephen King, Pet Sematary. I didn't read it. I had to have somebody else read it to me because I have a hard time reading because comprehension. It's been so long ago, I don't remember when it was read to me. I can't remember everything in it, so I'm sorry about that. But that was my favorite book, and I wish I had more information to give you on it. I don't. Thank you. Y'all have a good day. Sorry, it's me again. I forgot to say a few things about the book I liked. It's my most favorite book anyways, but it's by Stephen King, and it's Pet Cemetery. Like, and I had to have somebody read it to me because I have a reading comprehension, and that's the only way I can understand it if somebody reads it to me. But my favorite thing about it that I liked is how they went to this special burial and everything they buried there came back to life. I thought that was pretty cool. Thank you all. You all have a good day.
Yeah, peace. This is Knowledge Born. Got a lot. So my favorite book is How to Hustle and Win, Volume 1 and 2. Also, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. But the book, and How to Hustle and Win, Part 1, it shows you about the difference in people that are being perceived as role models inside of culture, inside our culture. The difference between them in life. In real life, they're not the people that they're being portrayed and propagated as. And so, in the book, what it teaches you is how to hustle and win legitimately, how to acknowledge yourself, how to knowledge yourself, and how to go about your life in a righteous way. It teaches you, the things that you're perceiving are not actually the things that life that is taken on, that is being taken on and participated in life. So these things that the books are showing is really based on the traditional conditioning of black people in white America. From historical points of view, you have no education as a black man in America. When I say you have no education as a black man in America, you have no education of black men in America. You only have an education of white supremacy in white America, and how white people in white America feel about black people, and what they've done to black people, and how they belittle black people. And so these things in the educational system are being taught. However, the book illustrates the truth about black people, black man, woman, and child, and the responsibility that a black man has to his family, to his children, and to his nation, and therefore protected him as his only savior himself, God. And so what the book shows you is about, the images and the imagery that we receive through propagation of television, radio, news, as far as the culture of our God, as far as what we founded was the hip-hop culture. And in that culture, we're being projected as monkeys, being projected as illiterate people, and some of them are being projected as heroes with a lot of gold and a lot of cars and a lot of houses, but that ain't who they are. And that's not what they have. And so these projections that they're projecting to us is not exactly true. And so the book teaches you that. The book teaches you how to be legitimately understanding toward other people, how to see humanity as a whole, and how to live in humanity as a whole, not as one person or a group of people, but humanity as a whole. It teaches you how to have a clear understanding of who you are as me, as a black man in this world, as God in this world, to perform my obligated duties and teach civilization to all humanity. And through teaching civilization to all humanity, humanity will have civilization in itself in a balanced form and a proper form, a clear understanding of each and every group based on the differentiation of appreciation, appreciating our differences. In other words, because we have differences in culture, we have differences in life, but we do not appreciate them. Others tend to believe that they're better, and others tend to teach those that do not know of themselves nothing but belittlement and how to hold someone else above them. And so we have to, this is what the book teaches, the difference in that. It teaches the truth in that. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. And those are the books that I really been an impactful part of my life, which is How to Hustle and Win by Dr. Supreme Understanding Allah. Volume 1 and 2, Allah and the 5% Nation of God's Nerve, Allah and his 5% Nation, Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome by Dr. Joy Gray. With that said, you take care of yourself, and I'll holler at you soon. Peace.